Oh my goodness, Sammy is so sneaky, guys. Welcome back, everyone, to the Canto Drama Club. Modern Dynasty episode 24 is out, and I'm going to give you guys my top 11 moments from this episode. We are so close to 100 subscribers. If we get there, that means I know that you guys are enjoying this content and I can make more of it for you. So please consider to subscribe and turn on the notification bell so that you know when my next videos drop. Alright, let's get right into this episode. This episode starts off with the urgent board meeting that was called at the end of last episode. During this meeting, Marco takes responsibility for everything, and he even tells Sammy that as long as she's okay, sacrificing him is not a big deal. Even though this is a great opportunity for Thomas and the board to kick Marco out of the company, Thomas actually says to keep him and it'll soothe the tempers of the shareholders. The more movement at the top of the ladder, the more the stock will drop, which is true. But I wonder why Thomas is keeping him around. Maybe he can use Marco as a scapegoat. I think that is probably the most likely reason. Chloe then goes to comfort Chelsea and tells her that her father was the one who put a halt to everyone's constant bombardment of Chelsea. Chelsea is a lot happier when she hears that her dad actually cares about her. Unfortunately, Dai Lai Lai goes to talk to Chelsea's mom and persuades her that she should try to convince Chelsea to marry Long Wan Biu, so Long Xiu. Long Xiu and Chelsea meet up again, and Long Xiu's statement is actually quite impactful and quite emotional. He seems like he actually really likes Chelsea. It just so happens the timing was a little bit off, and all this stuff is happening with Masi Zaptun at the same time that he's trying to pursue her. He was actually okay with Chelsea's terms to slowly chase her, so 追佢, or to court her, I guess. Chase sounds a little bit weird when you directly translate the Cantonese to English. But as he's trying to court her, the only way right now to sway his dad was to become a family with Ma Ga. And the only way to do that is if him and Chelsea get married. Oh no. So at a meeting that Loma called with his buddies to try to ask for a little bit of help, they make him drink a big ass glass of whiskey, and it definitely doesn't look like he's doing so well on the car ride back. Is this his demise? Oh my god, he actually dozes off here, and when he does wake up, he seems to have lost his memory. We find out that he actually has an illness that affects his memory. It's probably either an early onset of dementia or something like that. I'm not really sure what the exact translation is from Cantonese, but it's definitely some sort of mental illness that is affecting his memory. Thomas then gets his people to look into DeRosie and finds out that they did indeed short the stock. They just don't have the sufficient amount of evidence that they need to know that all of the shorting was done by DeRosie. Chloe overhears this. Back at the Sammy household, we see that Nick just got back from Singapore. Oh my goodness, so Nick's true purpose of going to Singapore was to investigate Marco for Sammy. So Sammy sent him over there to investigate. And he found some data, and everything Sammy suspected about Marco was right. Holy, so many people in Singapore. Even Chloe's friend is there, and he finds out even more things that link Sammy to Mandy and Jojo's death. Chloe tells him to look into one more thing for her, and that's, I think, probably Marco, since she overheard Thomas talking to Biu Kaofu about Marco and DeRosie earlier in the episode. Oh my goodness, Sammy is so sneaky, guys. Obviously, she found out about Loya's brain illness and left a bag of meds in Chelsea's car by accident. And of course, Chelsea looks into it. When she confronts Sammy, Sammy bends the whole story and of course spins it so that Chelsea needs to marry Long Xiu. Essentially, Sammy tells Chelsea that her dad has been going back and forth trying to beg and convince his friends for help, and that has set his health back. Of course, if you tell this to Chelsea, Chelsea is probably one of the, well, like all of his other kids, maybe minus Joe, but I think all of them are very haosun, so they're very good children. She's going to want to marry Long Xiu because that is going to help out with easing some of this burden that her dad is trying to carry right now. So Chelsea calls out Long Xiu for a meeting, and at this meeting, she asks him two questions. Number one is, will you actually help Ma Ga? And number two is, are you actually for real in your pursuit of me? Oh my god. Chelsea is actually offering herself up, but contractually, of course, and legally, since she is a lawyer. But my goodness, what a sacrifice. She has agreed to the marriage. When Chelsea comes home and tells everyone about the good news, Maka Loya is not happy. He never wanted to put such a burden on Chelsea, and he actually asked Chelsea how heavy that diamond ring is. In her response, Chelsea says she doesn't know, she doesn't really wear this type of jewelry, but her dad says that it must be heavy because it's got the weight of 2 families and 2 companies infused into it. I love his analogies. That's wisdom for you. Loya is super apologetic to Chelsea, telling her that he's never been able to give her the real family that she deserves and that she does not owe Maka anything. So she doesn't have to do this for them. He actually has a heart after all, be it a weak one right now. All right, so Chelsea and Long Siu signed the papers and it's done. A marriage agreement has been completed. So it's all happy times from here. At the wedding party, Chloe notices who's the happiest person at this party. And nope, it's not Chelsea. It's not Long Wenbiu. It's neither one of the father or mother-in-laws, but it is Sammy. Oh my god, no. Say it ain't so. Long Siu and his dad talk about the contract agreement and how pretty much they won the whole deal. They are protected if things fall through, and if it succeeds, they reap all the benefits. And most importantly for Long Siu is that he will also gain a wife who has stature and power. Please don't do this to Chelsea. She's such a good person. And that's how the episode ends. I can't stop it now. I gotta watch the next episode. So smash that like button. Make sure you subscribe and turn on the notification bell so you know when I'm done watching it and finish with this review video. All right, have yourselves a wonderful day, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Peace.